Hey, I'm Nick, and today I want to talk about our destination. Where are we going in life? And how do we get there feeling the most satisfied, with the least amount of regret, knowing that we made the best choices, we did our absolute best for ourselves and for the people around us. So we're here, right? Wherever this is in your life, you're right here. And here is our final day on earth. This might be 50 years in between, it might be 20, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. We have to choose how we handle the rest of the time we have. And when you're here, you feel most fulfilled if you can look back and say, I did what was best for me and for the people I love. I left my mark and I'm satisfied with that. But most people end up here and they're loaded with regret. The things they didn't do, the things they didn't say, the relationships they took for granted, the venture that they never explored, the places they never went. I don't want to be there. And I know you don't want to be there. Nobody does. The problem is we let this slip. We let this time slip by and we don't account for it. We don't take it seriously until we get there. And a lot of people, they go through that midlife crisis. They feel like they didn't get everything they needed to get done, and they didn't have the car, they didn't have the house, they didn't go out on the dates they wanted to. Whatever that might be, you get to that point where you realize time's flying by and I got to make up for lost time now. So we don't want to get there. We don't even want to start that. We want to make sure we're doing each and every day the right thing. So you're here, right? And the goal with all of this is to get to that ideal place. We don't want to be shooting off in this direction because of expectations put on us by somebody else, because of, we're afraid what other people will say about us, because of bad habits that we have that we're comfortable, whatever is going on in our lives, that we just keep trucking on in this direction. And then the next thing you know, you're over here. You're supposed to be here. This is where you're going to be most happy. But you ended up over here because you didn't make the small course corrections to get back on track. We need to make these small course corrections constantly, day in and day out. But how do you know what the right course correction to make is? You have to constantly look ahead and think to yourself, what's going to make me happiest? What's going to make me most fulfilled? What's going to make me become my ideal self? Am I working toward becoming my ideal self every day? And if the answer is no, we have to course correct. We have to fix the direction that we're going. So I want to talk about two things. I want to talk about how we go from here, how we get to here. So if we go from here to here, how do we do that? How do we figure out what the right direction is? And then how do we course correct along the way? So first of all, a lot of times we start off early in life where we are hanging out with different friends and we're trying different things and we're trying different sports and we're trying different classes and we're trying different jobs and we date different people, and you figure out, well, no, I don't like that. No, I don't like that. I don't like this type of person. I don't like doing that. I don't enjoy my time doing that. And then you gravitate towards the things that you do like, the things that make you feel good. So, we go all of these directions, right? We go everywhere. And we run into brick wall, brick wall, brick wall, brick wall. Oh, wait, I kind of like this. So you zero in on this general direction, right? Somebody else's direction might be that way. Somebody else's might be this way, but yours is this way. And we know we need to get this direction. It's what feels good. It's where we feel like we're most fulfilled, is the word I'm going to keep using here. And so the goal is to get as focused on this point as possible. And we might not even know. This might be real cloudy as we get further out here. We might not know exactly what this person looks like, but we need to figure it out. We need to figure out generally where that's going. So what I like to do is I like to think ahead every so often. I think ahead to, maybe I'm 80, maybe I'm 90 years old. And I think to myself, at this moment, looking ahead, how is 90-year-old me going to look back and think of himself? Where did he want to go? Who did he want to spend his time with? What did he want to do? Who did he want to help? You know, all of the things. What kind of house do I live in? What kind of cars have I driven? You know, what are my kids doing? All of the things that I'm going to look at and be proud of and have zero regret. What does that guy look like? Who's around me? What are they going to say about me at my funeral? Sounds morbid, but you have to think this way. You know, it's that letter where you write to yourself, you know, or where you write your own eulogy. You know, what's the ideal eulogy going to be about you? And then I bring it back. I bring it back to about 10 years from now. What is 10-year me doing that's going to get me there? What does this look like? What kind of job do I have? What are my kids doing? What kind of house do I live in? You know, where is my time being spent? And I visualize that moment. And then I bring it back one more step to right now. What should I be doing today? What is 10-year me doing today? What does he need to do today to get there and then to get there? It could be whatever you want, whatever makes you happy. Now, when you do this exercise, you also have to not think of anything else. Like not think of the people around you, what they would say. Not think of where you've already invested all of your time and that it would be a complete waste if you change directions, because it's not true. We make mistakes to figure out what we don't like so we can readjust and move forward. You might find that you're all the way up here. You would love to be this person right here, but you're all the way up here. So how do we get back down here? And the answer is course corrections, small course corrections. You don't blow up your life. You don't go crazy here and try to get back over there. It probably doesn't happen that way. You'd probably hurt a lot of people around you, and you'd probably leave yourself in a situation that maybe leaves you down here. What you want to do is make small course corrections. What can you do today that's going to drive you back down here? Maybe it's a 1-year plan, a 5-year plan, a 10-year plan, but you know, what has to happen? What's that one thing you can do today? Can you read about a topic you've always wanted to know about? Can you plan on taking a trip a couple of years from now and start saving for it now? Can you start mending relationships that maybe you let go off track? Do you need to start going back to school? Do you need to just be more disciplined? That was me. I needed to be more disciplined about what I was doing each and every day. I was hanging out. I was not spending enough time with my wife and kids. I was not focusing on the parts of my job that I needed to do to be better. And I was enjoying life. I was enjoying things that were making me feel comfortable, but it wasn't actually making me a better person. It certainly wasn't taking me here. So I had to make course corrections. I started implementing little daily disciplines. And those disciplines turned into habits, and it made me more efficient. It gave me the opportunity to spend more time with my family, to enjoy life. And as that happened, I gained an increased awareness of my behaviors, of the things I'm doing wrong day in and day out, all the things that I needed to know came over time. And I'm still working on it now. It's always going to keep happening. I'm gonna be going along this timeline and maybe even readjusting. Maybe I find that as I grow and as I become more aware, I maybe need to move a little bit down here. Or maybe I'm up here. Whatever it is, it might not be exactly the same thing, and I can change that. But it doesn't change if you don't put the effort toward it. If you don't try to grow your awareness of what you truly want, what's gonna make you feel fulfilled. So don't be afraid that if you find yourself going off in the wrong direction, don't be afraid of that failure. Don't be afraid of that realization that that's not the right thing for you. That's how we learn. So you want to adjust and fix it. Say, oh, I'm not doing that anymore. And you go forward. You go towards this direction. So in my next video, I'm going to talk about what we need to do to gain an increased awareness, the things that we need to do to develop better habits, to course correct properly, and what we need to stay away from. So I hope you'll join me for my next video. Again, I hope my ultimate goal is to help you find your ultimate fulfilled position in life. That's what we are all about at Your Defined Life, and that's what the Define My Day process is all about. Let's get there. Let's go here. Go ahead and define your day, and I'll see you soon.